that's a big fat DNF for me. I hated this book so much. As far as contemporary romance goes, best book ever. So many people are so obsessed with this book, but it just didn't really do it for me. The vibes and the romance were immaculate. It just feels like she uses a cookie cutter to write her books. I wish I DNF'd it. Hi, welcome back to my channel. Today I am ranking every single book that I read in 2024. This is my quarter 4 ranking. I do one every single quarter, but this quarter, because it is quarter 4, I'm going to rank all my quarter 4 books, and then I'm going to add every single book that I read in 2024, which is technically 112, but I did combine some of them because they were manga volumes. So it's a little bit less than 112 on the actual screen, just because they are combined and one image may represent multiple manga volumes. And normally when I do my quarter rankings, I am kind of just throwing them into these tiers without specifically ranking them within the tiers and organizing them as per their ranking within the tiers. However, this time I decided to make it a little bit harder for myself, and I want to actually rank every single book and organize them based on how much I liked them within the individual tiers. So I'm just gonna jump right into it. I have no idea how long this is gonna take. It might be a while because I already feel very conflicted over some of these books and what I may potentially have to put them over or put them under. I will say though, first, if you want to hear my specific thoughts about these books or hear why I disliked them particularly, I'll give you like a little bit of a sneak peek, but I'm not going to go into anything super deep. So if you want to hear those thoughts, or if you want to see the quarter rankings for the other books and then just hear me talk about them a little bit more, you can find that on my channel. If you search any book via the search function on my channel, then you can find every single video in which that book was mentioned. And you can also just find via the playlist on my channel, my monthly recaps, my reading vlogs, my recaps and rankings, etc. So let's jump into it because I'm already stressed and I haven't even started. All right, so as you can see here on the screen, I've got the top tier Obsessed 6 out of 5. I cannot stop thinking about these books. I love them more than anything. And then solid 5 stars, still really good, but maybe I'm not super obsessed with them. I'm not gonna blab about them for hours straight. Then quite good. Then 10 out of 10 vibes, 3 out of 5 book. Maybe the plot was pretty bad. Maybe it was just so cliched and cheesy. Maybe the writing overall was just bad. But regardless, 10 out of 10 vibes, and I really liked the atmosphere or whatever. I liked something about this book that I really can't bear to rate it lower than this, even though I know that it's probably not a really good book. I just loved it anyways. And then there's meh. I don't really feel a certain way about this book. It's not that great. It's also not the worst thing in the world. And then the worst thing in the world is thanks, hated it. Potentially the only thing worse than that is DNF, did not finish. I think I only DNF'd one single book this year, which is kind of sad. All the other books, even if I hated it, I just powered through. So I have my quarter 4 reads at this top row, and then here going up to Harry Potter. In quarter 4, I read 25 books, I believe. And so that is these first 25 books. And then after that, just in whatever order they happened to generate in, are the rest of the books in these 3 and odd rows here. So ranking my quarter 4 reads, some of these honestly are kind of gonna be hard to rank because I just feel like these first 2 right off the bat, like the Holy Bible, I don't want to rank that. Like that, I feel like I can't, I think I genuinely, I have to add a row. I can't do it. I'm sorry. I'm gonna add a row below. I can't bring myself to do it. I'm gonna make it purple and I'm just gonna put special with a smiley face. I just like physically, I don't think I can bring myself to rank the Holy Bible. That just seems so crazy. So I'm gonna put it here in special. And I don't know, if I were gonna rank it, I'd say solid 5 stars. Obsessed 6 out of 5. I read it every single year. This one also is hard to rank. It's The Magic Treehouse, book number 1. It's specifically in Spanish. I think I'm gonna put 10 out of 10 vibes, 3 out of 5 book, because it is a children's book, so it's kind of unfair to rank it like that, but it's not like it's a literary masterpiece, so I'll just put it there. Stalking Jack the Ripper by Carrie Maniscalco. I'm gonna put quite good. I really liked it. The Deep by Rivers Solomon. Oh boy. I'm debating right now between meh and quite good. I don't feel like meh does it justice enough. I feel like quite good though. I don't think it would be quite good. I think it would just be good. And I don't have a category for just good. I think I'm gonna have to make one. I'm sorry. And then the colors are gonna bother me because now I'm gonna have to redo all of them. But then if I redo all of them, then that one's gonna be blue. Is anyone else like a very type A perfectionist personality? It just bothers me so much because I don't want that to be blue, but I feel like I don't have a choice because I don't want both of those to be yellow. So don't mind me real quick doing this. I'm so sorry. Probably drives people crazy. All right, there we go. There is the new ranking system. I have good, and that's where I'm going to put that at the top of good. The Unseen Heir, 6 out of 5. Obsessed. I absolutely love it. Married to a Pirate by Athena Rose. I did not like it. I will put it at the top probably of this because I didn't hate it so much, but I really, really, really did not like it. This Is How You Lose the Time War. I'm going to put that in quite good, behind Stalking Jack the Ripper. The Dream Thieves by Maggie Stiefvater, and also The Raven Boys by Maggie Stiefvater. I'm going to put both of them here. And I think I'm going to put The Dream Thieves behind Stalking Jack the Ripper, but in front of This Is How You Lose the Time War. And I think I'm going to put book 1 here. I liked book 2 more than I liked book 1, that's for sure. Then Of Promises and Thorns, Kenley Davidson. I'm going to put it in meh. I don't know, it could be at the very end of 10 out of 10 vibes, 3 out of 5 book. I love Kenley Davidson so much, but I really did not like this book. I feel like it was really, really, really cheesy, and I wanted to shake the main characters so much and slap them around because what were they doing? Oh my gosh. So I think I'll leave it in meh at the very top. Remarkably Bright Creatures, that was really good. I think I'm going to put it here in between The Raven Boys, behind The Raven Boys, but in front of This Is How You Lose the Time War. And then I have Bewitched by Laura Thalassa. You already know, if you know my channel, I love this book so much. I'm going to put it here behind The Unseen Heir. I really liked it, but it was just too smutty for my taste. So it's going to have to go behind The Unseen Heir. And then Iron Flame by Rebecca Yarros. This was really a disappointment to me. I don't know if I would say thanks, I hated it. So I think I'm going to put it in meh, but like so far at the back of meh, almost at the top of thanks, I hated it. Daughter of the Pirate King by Trisha Levenseller. I'm going to put this at the top of 10 out of 10 vibes, 3 out of 5 book. I do really like this book, and so I feel like I could also put it in good. But if I'm being honest, I just don't really like Trisha Levenseller as an author. And I actually have given this book 5 stars. And so you may be thinking, why is it here? But this was a reread of it actually in December. And while I was rereading it for the second time, I really realized that I just genuinely don't like how it was written. So I'm going to put it there. Lessons in Chemistry, I'm going to put it in meh here. Above Iron Flame, but below Of Promises and Thorns. I did not like it for a lot of different reasons. I talked about it on my channel. I just was really disappointed by it. I expected more. I don't know. You know what? Actually, I think I'm going to put it in front of Promises and Thorns. I just really did not like a lot of things about this book. I'll just put it there. Bespelled by Laura Thalassa. That's book 2 of the Bewitched series. I'm bringing it up into Obsessed, 6 out of 5. But definitely behind Bewitched because this one was even more smutty than the first one. And as I mentioned, I don't like smut. It was way too much. A Sorceress Comes to Call by T. Kingfisher, bringing that one up to solid 5 stars. I don't know. Either at the very bottom of solid 5 stars or at the very top of quite good. I think I am gonna put it in solid 5 stars, like at the bottom in my mind. And then The Most Wonderful Crime of the Year by Allie Carter. I liked this book quite a lot. I am going to put it, I think, here in quite good behind Stalking Jack the Ripper because I think I like Stalking Jack the Ripper just a little bit more, but I did really like The Most Wonderful Crime of the Year. And I think I'd put it in front of Dream Thieves. Actually might put it below The Dream Thieves by Maggie Stiefvater, because I did really like The Dream Thieves. And A Fate Inked in Blood by Danielle L. Jensen, I'm bringing that one up to quite good. And I think I'm going to put it here below Stalking Jack the Ripper, but above The Dream Thieves. The Faceless Mage, of course, I'm bringing that all the way up here. I will put it below The Unseen Heir because I liked book 2 more than I liked book 1 quite a bit more. Book 1 was more, I don't know, in the castle, had a lot to do with royalty, and that's not really my vibe. And book 2 was a little bit more like in the wilderness and backpack fantasy, which is my all-time favorite subgenre. So definitely book 2 is at the top. Daughter of the Siren Queen. This is going to be also in 10 out of 10 vibes, 3 out of 5 book. I honestly like it a lot less than the first one, and I think I'm going to put it below Dinosaurs at Sunrise by Mary Pope Osborne. And then Mexican Gothic by Silvia Moreno Garcia. I'm going to put this one in quite good. Boy, though, where am I going to put it in quite good? I think I'm going to put it in front of This Is How You Lose the Time War, but below Remarkably Bright Creatures. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to try to be more confident. I'm going to do my gut feeling, and if I want to change it later, I can, but I think I need to speed this up a little bit. Spectacular, I liked it. I mean, it's not anything crazy. It was so short. I think I'm going to put it in quite good, but at the bottom. Welcome to Night Vale. I'm going to put in 10 out of 10 vibes, 3 out of 5 book. I think here, beneath Daughter of the Pirate King, but above Dinosaurs at Sunrise. It's very fun, and it definitely was a vibe, and I read it around Halloween, and that was perfect, but it's also all over the place. Harry Potter y la Piedra Filosofal, which is Harry Potter in Spanish. I mean, this one for me, I think I'm going to put it in quite good above Stalking Jack the Ripper. It's a classic. It's nostalgic. This was a reread. I read it in English, then I read it in German, and now I've read it in Spanish. So this is more for nostalgia's sake that it's here, but I am going to put it there. Good to Great by Jim Collins. I liked this book quite a lot. I think it's quite good. It's kind of a little bit weird ranking nonfiction with fiction, but I'm gonna do my best. I am gonna put it maybe here. I don't know, this is so hard. Like, to rank nonfiction in with fiction is crazy because it's just so different. Like, it's such a different feeling, but I did get a lot out of it. And so I think I'm going to put it beneath Mexican Gothic, above This Is How You Lose the Time War. Howl's Moving Castle. I'm obsessed with this. I think I'm going to put it above Bespelled, but below Bewitched. No. I'm going to put it in between The Legends of Abrea, the first 2 books, The Unseen Heir and The Faceless Mage, and then above the Bewitched series. And then Meg Cabot, The Mediator. I don't even remember what order these are in, and I'm not going to look it up. I think I'm just going to go based off of vibes that the cover gives me. I'm pretty sure this one is book 3, maybe give or take. Shadowland, this one is book 1. I'm pretty confident. I think I'm going to put, honestly, all of them in good. And I think above the deep, it may be for nostalgia's sake, but if I'm being honest, I think this one is the second one. I definitely liked the second one more. I believe that this one is the third one, and I liked it more. Basically, I liked all of them, I guess, more than the book before. I liked number 6 the most. I can't remember what number 6 is, though. I think maybe it's that, and then that's number 5. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. And then Forgotten God by Frances Chan. I liked this book quite a lot. I think it's quite good, and I think I would put it here above Good to Great, so the other nonfiction book, but below Mexican Gothic. Blackbird, which is a manga. This one I'm going to put in meh, but honestly I'm going to put it above Iron Flame by Rebecca Yarros. I think that this manga leaves a lot to be desired, and it's questionable. I don't know how to describe it other than questionable. But I read it when I was a teen, and then I finally finished it now in my 20s. But I feel like for nostalgia's sake, I'm going to keep it out of the thanks I hated it, but I don't know if I would recommend it to anyone. Saphir Blau by Kerstin Gia. I read this in German. It's Sapphire Blue in English. I think this is quite good. I'm going to put it below everything else. Or you know what? I'm going to put it in good, and I'm going to put it here because I like the Mediator series more. I liked Sapphire Blue a lot, but I just really like the Mediator series, and I don't know if I would say it's quite good. I think if you're younger, it probably is, but I read it when I was 27, so I'm just gonna put it there. You Are a Badass by Jen Sincero. I'm gonna put it in meh, but at the top of meh. I didn't hate it. I didn't love it. I feel like if you've read a self-help book before, you already got all the information. It wasn't really anything new. Ikigai by, I can't read the author's name, but I think it's Hector, maybe Hector Garcia? I don't know if I'm just getting that confused with Silvia Moreno Garcia, who wrote Mexican Gothic, but I feel like it's something like that. And I'm gonna put this in meh. No, well, I don't know. I'm gonna put it in meh at the top, mostly because it's nothing like what it sounds it's gonna be like. Like, the description is wrong, the title is wrong. It just is so different than what I was expecting, and it had some nice information, but I don't know. It was meh. Tiny Garden, Huge Harvest. I'm also gonna put this in meh, but I'm gonna put it at the top. It's good if you don't know that much about gardening, but once you know anything about gardening, then it's not that great, which is the boat that I was in. The Boy Who Didn't Come Home by Melissa Albert. I'm gonna put this in good at the very end. This is The Hazelwood by Melissa Albert over here. I'll just snatch this up now. This one I'm gonna put in meh, like here, I guess, below Of Promises and Thorns, but above Blackbird. That is book 1, and then The Boy Who Didn't Come Home is a short story that is technically book 1.5, and I think the short story was good. I liked it, but the actual book, I just didn't really feel a certain way about it. The X-Hex by Erin Sterling. I think this was fun. It's maybe 10 out of 10 vibes, 3 out of 5 book. Maybe it's good. I don't know. I think I'm gonna put it here in good, but at the very end. The Dead Romantics by Ashley Poston. I shockingly really like Ashley Poston now. I did not like this even half as much as I liked the other book from her that is below, but I did like it. I think I'm gonna put it in good, but below the Mediator series. They kind of give me similar vibes. They both involve ghosts. I just feel like the Dead Romantics, it was so predictable. And so for that reason, and because of some other small things, I'm gonna put it there. Funny Story by Emily Henry. I am gonna put this in good. I think above the Dead Romantics, but still below the Mediator series. It's just that nostalgia just powering my heart. Like, when I think of the Mediator series, I can't bear to rank anything above it unless I really liked it a lot. Or I feel like a lot of these books up here are maybe fresher in my mind, and that's why I rated them up there. Maybe if I had just read Funny Story, I also would. But because it's been a few months, I read it earlier this year, then I'm just gonna put it there. And then we have The Hunger Games. I'll just drag the third one over here. I think I'm gonna put the first one in solid 5 stars. I honestly really like the first one. And then I'm gonna put the second two in quite good. My camera stopped recording, unfortunately, which is so disappointing because I don't know when it stopped. I did not notice. So unfortunately, I'm just kind of gonna have to talk over what I think is happening right now with my screen recording. And I think I was ranking The Hunger Games, and you can see where I ended up putting it. I definitely liked the first one quite a bit more than I liked any of the other ones. The third one was just okay in my mind, but I still think I would qualify it as quite good. And then I believe after that was The Wrath and the Dawn and The Rose and the Dagger by Renee Ahdieh. I think these books were really interesting and fun and had such a vibe, and like the whole inspired by the Persian Empire was so interesting to me. And so definitely the first one going all the way up there before Harry Potter. I just really liked it. And then the second one I'm gonna put right there, kind of at the middle upper section of quite good. Then I believe what was next, I'm sorry if I missed anything, but if I missed anything, you can at least see it on the screen. But then it's The Last Wish by Andrei Sapkowski. I love this series so much. I am obsessed with the series, but as far as this book goes, I think that I'm just gonna put it right here at the very top of solid 5 stars. And then we have Raiden's chapter, which, as the name suggests, is just a single chapter in the Daughter of a Pirate King series. This one, I hated it, but I did like it more than Married to a Pirate by Athena Rose. I just feel like it did not sound like Raiden at all, and It was very short. I think it was only 12 pages, but like I really hated those 12 pages and it took me a while to get through it. Everything is F'd by Mark Manson. It's a big fat DNF for me. I hated this book so much for so many different reasons. I've talked about it on my channel, but I hated it. Happy Place by Emily Henry. This one is gonna go in good. I think I'm gonna put it at the top. No, you know what? I can't bear to put it in front of the Mediator series. I'm sorry. I definitely liked it more than Funny Story, but I just don't think I liked it more than the Mediator series. And then Bride by Ali Hazelwood. I'm gonna put this in quite good. And I think I'm gonna put it, oh boy. I think I'm gonna put it here actually. Above Remarkably Bright Creatures and below The Raven Boys, kind of at the middle lower end of quite good. And then Dark Skies by Danielle L. Jensen. There's also Dark Shores somewhere here. There it is. I will just do those together. It's the Dark Shores series, book 1 and book 2. I liked Dark Skies more than Dark Shores. I think I'd put them both in quite good. Dark Skies, I would put, actually no, I like Dark Shores more. Sorry, I'm getting them confused. I like the beginning of Dark Skies more, but definitely not the second half. As far as the second half goes, Dark Shores was so much better. And so I feel like because of that, I would put it probably here. Next up is Paladin's Grace by T. Kingfisher. I liked this book quite a lot. It was a little bit too slow for me sometimes. So I think I'm kind of just going to put it in the middle upper end right here. Yeah. Yellowface by R.F. Kuang. I liked this book a lot. I think I would put it here, above Mockingjay, below Forgotten God. And then Vengeance of the Pirate Queen. This is book 3 of the Daughter of a Pirate King series. I, in some ways, liked it less than the rest of the series, but I liked the couple so much more. And so because of the couple and the romance, I'm going to put it here at the very top of 10 out of 10 vibes, 3 out of 5 book. Again, I just am not the biggest fan of Trisha Levenseller, but yeah, the vibes and the romance were immaculate. And then Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez. This is really such a good book. This is the first contemporary romance so far that I'm going to put in quite good. I am going to put it maybe here, I think. Above Catching Fire, below Dark Shores. And then we have Traitor's Mask by Kenley Davidson. This is a really wholesome, sweet retelling of Cinderella. I honestly think I liked it so much that I'd put it at the top of quite good, maybe at the bottom of solid 5 stars. No, I think I'm going to put it at the top of quite good. I don't know if I could justify saying solid 5 stars, but I just loved it so much. A Court of Frost and Starlight. This is going to go here in meh, and I think I am going to put it at the end. I think I'm going to leave it there. And then The Bridge Kingdom is the first book, and The Traitor Queen is the second book, and I really liked these. Both of these are going to go up to, honestly, I think I'm gonna put them in solid 5 stars. Like, do I think that the writing is an actual solid 5 stars? No, but like my heart is just screaming at me to put it in solid 5 stars, so I'm just gonna have to. And I actually think I'm gonna put them before The Hunger Games. I actually also think I'm gonna put them before A Sorceress Comes to Call. I don't think I can bring myself to put them above Andrei Sapkowski because it's not even remotely at that level. This is like why it's so hard to rank it, because literary wise, like just purely based on writing skill and plot building and world building skill and everything, this book, The Last Wish, is just like heads above. The whole Witcher series is. But in terms of just vibes and enjoyment and everything, I feel like The Bridge Kingdom was so much fun. So I feel like they're worlds apart and yet they're right next to each other. Anyways, Love on the Brain by Ali Hazelwood. I think I'm gonna put this at the top of meh. I just feel like with Ali Hazelwood, I've only read Bride and then Love on the Brain. It just feels like she uses a cookie cutter to write her books. It's always a very tall, very big man who's very quiet, and the FMC, female main character, thinks that the MMC doesn't like her, but it turns out he's deeply in love with her, and the FMC is so petite and tiny. Nobody has ever been smaller in the history of the earth, and that's just really annoying to me, and I really don't like it. However, this book was really fun sometimes. I like the STEM twist on it, and also there's like a little bit of a mystery on the side, which I really liked. And that is the only reason why it's up here at the very top of meh. If there was not that mystery kind of plot twist at the end and side plot happening, then this would have been like probably in thanks I hated it, or at the very least the very bottom of meh. Thornhedge by T. Kingfisher. I liked this quite a bit. Or you know what? I'm gonna put it in, oh gosh, I don't know. You know what? I'm very conflicted right now. Because when I think about the Mediator series, I have more love for it than I have for Thornhedge. But when I think of like the writing and everything, like I've talked about, I feel like they're worlds apart and they're so different. But here they are next to each other. And so do I put it below? But then that would categorize Thornhedge as good, and I think it was quite good. I liked it. I'm gonna leave it here and I'm just gonna move on before I can think too hard about it. Starter Villain by John Scalzi. This is such a good book. Solid 5 stars, and I think I'm gonna put it here. Below The Last Wish, above The Bridge Kingdom. Dangerous Prayers by Craig Groeschel. Really loved this book. I think solid 5 stars, and I think I would put it here. Again, so weird to be ranking these next to each other. Like, this is a nonfiction Christian book about prayer, and then I'm pitting it up against a fictional fantasy book about like an assassin warrior princess. It just is so strange. It's like so hard to rank it, but I think that's where I'm gonna put it. Spy Family, Volume 1 and Volume 2. I actually only meant to do Volume 1 because with Blackbird, for me, this is symbolizing the entire manga series. And so for Spy Family, I wanted this to symbolize both volumes because in my mind, like there's no separation between them. I'm gonna put them in obsessed though. I think at the end, because I'm not as obsessed as the other books, but my gosh, such a good series. Tarnished Empire. This is the Dark Shores series, book 0.5. I'm going to put it in good, and I think I'm going to put it here above Funny Story, but below Happy Place. Then we have A Curse for True Love, The Ballad of Never After, Once Upon a Broken Heart. That's that series. And then also, while we're here, we might as well just continue on with the Stephanie Garber train and do Caraval, Legendary, and then Finale. And then while I'm organizing things, I might put Powerless and Reckless next to each other, and I think that's everything. All right, so Once Upon a Broken Heart, Ballad of Never After, and A Curse for True Love. Okay, so the Ballad of Never After I liked, and I'm gonna put in quite good, and I think I'm gonna put it here, below Just for the Summer, above Catching Fire. Once Upon a Broken Heart, I think I'm gonna put it here in good, above Happy Place, but below the Mediator series. And this third book, honestly, I think I'm gonna have to put here in meh. I just really did not like the third one. I hated it sometimes. And I really hated Apollo, I think was his name. Honestly, I feel like I've tried to burn him out of my memory because it was so horrific. I just really do not like him. So I'm sorry, but it's gonna have to go in meh. Caraval, Legendary, and Finale. I love this series so much, and I love it so much more than the Once Upon a Broken Heart series. I think Caraval I like more than the Hunger Games. You know what? I'm going to put Caraval here. Legendary, I like maybe a little bit more than Caraval, but I really like Scarlet and Julian. I wish they were featured more. Finale, I don't like as much as the other books, but I still really like it. I still think it's a solid 5 stars. I'm going to put it below the Hunger Games, though, at the end of solid 5 stars. And then Powerless and Reckless. So actually, well, let's not bring it up too high because I'm just going to bring it right back down. I did not like Reckless. I'm going to put it in meh, but it's right here. It's above the Hazelwood, but below Promises and Thorns. Powerless, this is 10 out of 10 vibes, 3 out of 5 book for sure at the very top. I love the vibes in this book, and I love the plot and Kai in general. Like, there were so many things that I really, really loved about it, but I just could not get over the writing. I just hated it, and so many other things. It was just so cheesy. The Only One Left by Riley Sager. This honestly was kind of disappointing to me, so I'm kind of debating, should I put it in good or should I just put it in meh? I think it was good, so I'm gonna put it at the end of good because I did like it overall. It just was really slow and also really predictable for the most part. I don't know. Holes by Louis Sachar. I love this book. I'm gonna put it at the top of quite good. I don't know if I could say solid 5 stars about it, but maybe I could. I think maybe whoops, not right there. I think I'm gonna put it here at the end of solid 5 stars. It's like really good. If I had a really good category instead of just quite good, then it would be in there. But for now, I'm gonna put it at the very end of solid 5 stars. All the Stars and Teeth by Adeline Grace. This is gonna go in meh, and I think it's gonna go at the end. Boy, I don't know. Maybe it's gonna go here. Yeah, I think that's good. The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho, I think is how you pronounce his name. I'm sorry. This I am just gonna put in good, and I think I'm gonna put it at the end. I'm so sorry. I know so many people are so obsessed with this book, but it just didn't really do it for me. I think it was good, but I don't think it was really good or like a solid 5 stars or anything. I guess maybe I'd put it below The Only One Left. I mean, above The Only One Left. No, you know what? I'm gonna leave it there. And I actually am gonna say though, I think The Boy Who Didn't Come Home, I should have put that at the end. And that is looking better, I think. Sky in the Deep by Adrienne Young. I really liked this book. It surprised me. I am gonna put it in quite good. The question is just where. I think I'm gonna put it here, right next to the other book that's about Vikings. They're both not accurate about Vikings, so don't get too excited. But I think I will put it right there next to A Fate Inked in Blood. And The Shadows Between Us by Trisha Levenseller. I hated this book so much. I wish I DNF'd it. I wish that I could have put it here, or really here. But unfortunately I didn't. I continued on with it, and I absolutely hate it. And it's the 2 books with knives that have red and black on the cover that are right here in the Thanks I Hated It category. Wow, it's actually all red. I love the color red. I don't have anything against it, but sure looks like I do. And then we have The Silent Patient by Alex Michaelides. I actually am going to put this in meh. And I think I'm going to put it here, kind of in the middle of meh. I think I liked Lessons in Chemistry a little bit more. Honestly, I think I liked Of Promises and Thorns more. I might have even liked Reckless more, which is really saying something because I didn't like Reckless that much. I just really did not like The Silent Patient. But I think I'm going to leave it right there, right in the middle. The 7 Year Slip, this book was absolutely incredible. And this is going right up here in solid 5 stars for sure. I just have to figure out where. I think I'm going to put it there. I don't think I can bring myself to put it above Caraval or Legendary, but I do really, really, really love that book. As far as contemporary romance goes, best book ever. And then finally, Fourth Wing. This, I'm going to put it at the top of 10 out of 10 vibes, 3 out of 5 book. I did give it 5 stars because it was 4.5 rounded up to 5. And I think if I were to read it again, that would definitely go down because I just really don't like the writing style of Rebecca Yarros at least half the time. I'd say the other half of the time, it's really not that bad. I think she can be very descriptive and I do enjoy it. But I feel like in general, this whole series is so much longer than it has to be. And so I think for all of those reasons, I'm just going to have to put it here in 10 out of 10 vibes, 3 out of 5 book, but absolutely at the top. I did really, really enjoy this book. And it is like 15 out of 10 vibes. Honestly, 10 out of 10 vibes doesn't even do it. It is like the best vibes ever. But I just don't know, other than the vibes, how good it actually is. And maybe because I read the second one and I did not like the second one so much, it's tainting my memory of the first book. But yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. So then here from the very top, you can see all the ones in the obsessed 6 out of 5, the solid 5 stars, the quite good, which it looks like by far the majority are in quite good or good. Quite good to me, honestly, is like 4 stars, at least rounding up to 4 stars. But I think most of these I just rated a solid 4 stars or even 4.5 rounded down to 4. And so really anything from these top 3 are books that I love and would consider rereading. It's not like this is bad, just being good. Or quite good in this case. 10 out of 10 vibes, 3 out of 5 book is just its own unique thing. And there are all the books in here that you can see. Meh. Those are all those books. And then Thanks I Hated It, DNF, and Special. Because I just did not have it in me to rank that against these other books. That would have been crazy. So anyways, that is everything. That is all 112 books that I read this year. As I mentioned, if you want to see a recap on them or anything, then you can check out my channel for my other videos. I hope you had an amazing reading year of 2024 and an amazing end to the entire year. I hope you had an amazing beginning to 2025, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.